Good afternoon, everyone. We'll be starting in a minute, so if you could grab a drink if you want one, and we'll start in just a few minutes.
I could land like at, 5, 8 minutes before. So do you want me to go to what time? Yeah, we'll do the rest. Yeah, we can do some mingling.
It's good to see you. Close the door now and have people just sit down, I guess, first. I know.
Hi, John. Jackie McGilvery from Townsend.
Very nice to meet you.
Good afternoon, everybody. If you could find a spot. And Carrie, can we go ahead and maybe just close the doors in the back now? Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. A Zen master was visiting New York City. He approached a hot dog vendor and said, "Make me one with everything." The hot dog vendor made him a hot dog and handed it to him, and the Zen master paid him with a $20 bill. The vendor took it, put it in his cash box, and closed it. "Excuse me," said the Zen master, "where's my change?" And the wise hot dog vendor said, "Change comes from within." Well, I was nervous about that. Okay. Thank you. It's a privilege to welcome you here today. I am Naveen. I'm with the Board of Directors of the Calgary Human Resources Association. And in my daytime career, I'm a manager of organizational development at Agrium. Thank you for investing your time to be here. It's going to be a real treat. Our keynote speaker is a giant in his field of change and learning, and our executive panelists are the driving forces behind their organization's success. It's going to be an interactive afternoon and evening, so I'd really encourage all of us to engage in conversation with each other and with Elliott and our panelists. And how is that? We have a number of floating mics in the back with Carrie and Patricia. And today we've also set up a virtual text messaging center. So you'll see a phone number on your tables. If you'd rather send your questions to Elliott or the panel virtually, you can do that as well. It's something new we're trying, so we'll see how that goes. So why are we here today? Well, some of us to meet friends and colleagues, and some of us for the great food at the Fairmont. But most of us share an interest in change, both change within and change around us, and how to better harness it for professional and personal success. And that is why Elliott Maise is in Calgary today. Elliott is sought out by Fortune 500 companies around the world, and he has served as advisor on the White House Advisory Council and the Department of Defense. Elliott likes to demystify. He takes complex issues, explains them in simple terms that we understand and we can remember. Recently, Elliott has spent time demystifying change in Panama, Belgium, the UK, Switzerland, Antarctica, and of course, dozens of audiences in North America. It is a great opportunity to have Elliott share his perspectives with us today. And I know that he will bring an incredible energy to the discussion of changing workplace and changing workforce. I look forward, and I hope you do as well, to the next 2 hours of thinking, laughing, provoking, and most of all, walking away with ideas and practical takeaways. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm Calgary welcome to Elliott Maise.
It would make sense that they would put a picture of Apollo Ono up there. How many of you know who Apollo Ono is? Is this mic on? Hello? Hello, okay. I had the wonderful experience of spending a couple hours with Apollo at our last learning conference in Orlando. And it was really interesting to hear him talk about the impact of learning and training and organizational development on how he learned how to skate. Most particularly when he decided to go and do his practice and ramp up for the last Olympics, in part in Korea, which is a country that was unified in hating him. And he said, if I could go there and actually practice and make friends, then I would be mentally ready for anything that the Olympics presented him with. But if you're interested, we have all of the interview I did with Apollo on our website, and it really is sort of interesting. It's an honor to be here. I am on a little bit of a whirlwind tour. I started off in my home in New York and was down in Orlando for the ISPI conference, where there were almost 1,000 organizational development practitioners. And I also had a wonderful personalized speed tour of Disney. Now, I've done Disney many times, but I challenged Disney to see how many rides they could get me on in 5 hours. And so they organized this. There was a car waiting. I did 13 rides in 5 hours in 3 parks. So I'm sort of in training. Apollo does speed skating. I was doing speed Disney. And then I went and spent a day out in Dallas, Texas, where Intel has just bought McAfee, and these two organizations are merging, and we had a wonderful get-together of those two organizations. They're learning and HR folks, and it was really sort of interesting. It was sort of like two worlds meeting each other, and they were examining each other and specimens in that process, but it was wonderful. And then I got a chance to fly up here last night, and I'm honored to be here. What we're going to do is really 2 parts. After dinner, I'm going to be more of a sort of moderator interviewer with some senior executives, and we're going to explore the changing workplace and the changing workforce. But between now and then, I'd like to engage you in a conversation, tell you a few stories, give you a few challenges, to look at not only is the world changing, because I don't think you need to fly me up here to say the world is changing. I mean, we wake up every morning and we sense that. But I think what is more important is, what do we do about that as HR, as organizational development, as human performance, as business executives? You know, what are some of our reactions to that? And I'm going to suggest